Hmm. Okay, I'm trying to get this to work. Sorry, guys. Hello. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you are. I'm trying to see why it's not showing up in scrapbookers. Okay, you know what, guys? Did I not? Hold on. Oh no, we're there. Hi, Jennifer. Um, sorry. I am just there we go. It wasn't coming up in a couple of spots. Okay, so we're back. Okay, yes, I don't know about you guys. I am having so much fun doing this tutorial. So we are now on July. Yes, we're on July. June is done, and July. July will be our next. Oh, it's got a little cold down here. Oh, and I went and ate. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Okay, here is the thing with Sally. Poor thing, and this stupid vertigo. I just got to get to a doctor because I can't deal with Sally. I want you to rest. This is upsetting me that you're dizzy. But what happened was things don't always go like we want them. So comments to Sally's game, which is really fun. I didn't even know it. What I'm going to do is, yeah, Froggy's going to jail. She said, I'm going to go back through when we're done with the tutorial, and I'll put everybody's name who answers to that. The correct answers. You got to have to. They can only be the correct answers. Sally's got to give me the answers because I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that last one is. I know she wants my tractor, but I'm not sure what that last one is. She said there was two because there's Wilbur, there's the tractor, there's the goat, there's my granddaughter, there's so Sally will have to give you the answer, but if it's the right answers, you'll go into the drawing for a $25 gift certificate. Okay. Okay. Now go post a selfie in Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations for a $25 gift certificate of you in your craft room because there's so many pretty faces. I love seeing all you guys. We are on July, and July is, I loved it. It's kind of a little poppy thing, not really a poppy, it's a faux pop, whatever, so that it looks like it because we got some fireworks going on. And July is also one of my QB favorite months. Because I used ivory, I used navy blue. Today I'm going to use red. Hello, Mickey. I'm going to use red. And then this, okay, we're going to grab our July sheet. I did not use anything. I used only this from the 3x4 cards. It has to be Sally's top two. Okay, Sally, you'll get me the answers, and then we'll go through after you've rested so you're not dizzy. She's got vertigo. We got to do something to kick it in the butt. Let me tell you. We have too much things we want to do, all of us together, so we can't have Sally or any of our members, any of you, not feeling well. Anyway, we're going to be using, and it came out really nice cutting this. It's going to be this section right here. Whoops, let's get in the camera. 5 7/8 by 7 7/8, and it fit beautifully there. It looks like it was just pieced. When we do the back side here, we're going to be using these two little guys. So we're just going to cut this in half at 6. Now, I have to show you something. We are going to be using the other part. I used the stars somewhere else. Yes. No, I used the opposite. So you're going to hang on to that, of course. Of course, it's not like it's going anywhere. It's in your craft. Oh, there we go. No, I used this from the 6x8 pad. So we'll get that out in just a moment. So let's go ahead and make this cute little flap. And you're going to want from your cutting guide, it is the front of page 4, and you need a 6.5 by 8. Super simple to do this. And while I was gone, my craft room got a little chilly. I had opened the window. I shouldn't have opened the window because it's not cold. Okay, so what we're going to do is score. Where is my ruler? Just making sure mine is the right size. It is. So it's 6.5 and it's 8 inches. Again, just lay it next to your page, making sure you cut it just a little bit short so nothing hangs over your edges. Now's the time to trim it. Oops. Well, I'm so sorry for any of you that have it. I hate it. And you have to get rid of it. Okay, 6.5 is going to be at the top of our scoreboard, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches. So once again, with the 6.5 at the top of your scoreboard, 1/2 and 3.5. That's it. Hold up our score lines and burnish. So did you have time to kind of clean up your workspace? I know I did. And I have a shop vacuum right under my desk. You know, I just went up here and cleaned everything up. Now, oh, it's going to go this way. But here's the thing. You want hinge right now. It's to my right. And here's the thing you want to do is try and keep these straight as possible. I need to turn it to, and I don't know why that is. When we score, sometimes things just kind of get off because it's either the way we cut or a scoring tool. It could be any mixture of things. Then if it does stick over the edge, you can always just trim it. And I'm going to trim mine just a little bit with this folded back. A 1/2 inch, it should be 6 inches. No, didn't cut it wrong. But each section on here is now 3.5 by 8. So with the hinge to the right, it will fold over to my left. And we're going to grab our 6 by 8 pad. And you have white stars. And then on this sheet, it's the blue stars. So we want to cut a piece 3 3/8 by 7 7/8 from your stars to go on the front. And then also I put the other half on the inside. So let's cut 2 of these that are 3 3/8 by 7 7/8. Oh, you know what? You have to use two. You have to use both sheets. Whoops. No, you don't. Never mind. It's 3 inches. It's not. So, boy, I need to. Well, you only need one, but you need to cut it 2 7/8. I screwed up there. Sorry. And if I screwed you up too, well, you have another one to use, and we don't use it anywhere else. So you can actually cut your second one. But if you don't want to cut your second one due to my lovely mistake here, then I'm going to put this one on the outside, and I don't want to cut my other one just for safety. So I will be piecing in a piece. So I apologize, but you do have another one. Maybe you don't. We did use those dots, didn't we? No, we have another one. So let me just run through, make sure. I did not use those stars. I did though. Sorry, let me get that measurement. I knew I used it on the school one for September, but we can always use the other one. Okay, let's do this. So I use this on the school, and I'm going to set one aside since I messed that up for you guys. So it should be 2 7/8 by 7 7/8. And so if you aren't making this, oh, it is. It's a perfect crafting opportunity. I totally agree. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and cut this, because we can use this up here. And I think the blue that will be just enough. We can use that for the school. It'll just be a bigger print, which is okay. So let's just go ahead and cut our page. 5 7/8 by 6 7/8. 7 7/8. Our page is 8 inches long. So you're going to cut this strip off right there. And then we'll go from there. Well, I'm going to cut straight down at 5 7/8. That's what it will look like. You'll have just a little bit hanging off over there. There's your 7 7/8. Came out really nice. So you can go ahead and cut these apart because we are going to use those, and cut that off the bottom. We do have to cut those down. Now, if you're okay with losing some of this, because we're not using it, we're not using these anywhere else, then we can cut that strip that is actually going to go back on our September. You can do it for either one, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and set. Whoops, September here, guys. Okay. If you cut with me, then you have a strip that's 2 7/8. That's just right. This one came out to be 2 3/8. That one is wrong, but it's going to fit on September. So I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to cut from here 2 7/8 by 7 7/8. Yeah, Sally's birthday is July 11th, and Sally likes socks for her birthday. She likes brown socks. So I'm also going to cut my red piece. And I have plenty of scraps. So my red, or you can use navy blue, it is for this inside section. I wanted it to be just plain because I'm going to put the picture I have that 2x3 printer, and I'll put a 2x3 of us out there in the yard doing fireworks, because who knows if the city's going to let us do them this year, right? And the red looks really nice, or the blue. No, Sally loves brown socks. So this, how this opens is, this is your closed end. Flips like this. And then it flips like this. So just have this 1/2 inch to your right. This is going on our page, so we're going to set this aside. We don't want to mat it till after we get these down. Sally, I want you to go lay down because I really don't want you dizzy. So let's turn it over. Hinges now to my left. 2 7/8 by 7 7/8. Doesn't that red look great on that black? Okay, Sally likes tan-colored, brownish tan-colored socks. And I'll give you her address for her birthday. And she likes homemade white ones. She likes you to make homemade slippers. For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, we like to antagonize Sally. She's a hoot. That's all I can say. Sally is the creative director for Country Craft Creations. So we have to keep her just on her toes, right? Oh, this is Red Artisan. I'm very sorry, guys. This is just some Red Artisan. And on the original album, it was Navy Blue Artisan. Actually, your light blue Artisan, ivory Artisan, white Artisan will go with this. It's, like I said, it's so versatile. That's why I just loved it. Okay, let's get another bone folder. This is why I have 4 and 5 bone folders. I'm going to push my 1/2 inches now back to my left-hand side. Red Artisan, but this one is Navy Blue Artisan. And I did matte in the navy blue, but I'm going to use the red and matte my July. So get those scraps out. Okay, 2 7/8, and then the dark blue one. I don't want to cut into my other 6x8 sheet. Will be just fine. I'm going to ink those edges. Who has you all beat? Sally? Oh, Judy, I believe Sally's birthday's the 11th. Very close, you two. Very close. My granddaughter's is the 8th. She'll be 8, I think. Oh, I have to tell you something so adorable. So my Bailey, and a lot of you grew up here in our group knowing Bailey because she was always in here, and she did, actually Bailey did a live crafting video for kids, but she's going to be 8, and we were driving for hamburgers just on our break. You know what she said to me? She says, Mima, do you know who God's favorite animal is? I'm like, no. She says, well, it's dog. She said, do you know why? She said, because God is spelled back, dog is God backwards. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is the cutest thing. And I never thought of that. Dog is. Kids are so awesome. They are so aware of things around us that we'd never even imagined. I thought that was so cute. I just had to share that with you guys. I love how their little mind can focus on such just important stuff that we let go and don't think about. Okay. Hi, Rob. Hi, Robin. I'm going to burnish that down so I have more of a flat surface. And my white stars will go on the front. I know. Wasn't that smart and cute too? No, that's right. We're not moving that. Okay, we do want, I wonder if I accidentally moved some of my cards. I must have combined some of mine. Hi, Brenda. Well, it always will be recorded. Okay, we got celebrate. Somehow my cards, and I took them right out of the box, but they got kind of mixed up. There's got to be some July in here because I haven't used them. And I'm kind of wondering if my package, I think they would, oh, here it is. I must have accidentally combined. So we're just going to do that. Now they're a little bit out of order, but you just combine those. Okay. I didn't cut this down. We're going to mat this 3x4 card. You can mat it in your choice. It's 3x4, so I'm going to do the red again to make it pop, the red artisan. So for my scraps, I'm just going to cut a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Well, if you don't have your kits and you did order them, you can still go back to our Friday night video and create your album and the pages, because and you can cut all these out and have them ready. When your kit comes, you can just put these babies together. And then also don't forget, this album style makes a great, just if you like more of the mini album type of a journal book instead of a journal, it'll make any other album that you want to use paper with. So, and if you teach classes and need a quick album, you can actually do this one in one day. Okay, we'll wait and put this down though after we put it in the book. See, when it opens, it'll lay flat there. So that is ready. We'll put it aside. And then the cut aparts that I chose, you really can choose any of them because you also have celebrate and you have a journaling card. So you definitely do not have to use the two that I chose. And as you're going to see, they almost fit. The length is great. It's our width. We just need to take 1/8 of an inch off. And so it's totally up to you. You can just take it all off on one side. And if you want to try and do it at 16ths, I am going to do it on my bigger cutter because my little one is giving me issues. And I am going to take a 16th off of each side. If you can. Sometimes you can't. You'll find that. This is already 2 7/8. Maybe this one. Okay. They were both almost the same. You know, and something like this is more manageable for me, as I've mentioned, even with my December daily. That's why I don't devote page after page to just 1 month or 1 day. It's just easier to get a monthly entry rather than something that would be daily. I just can't. So I can handle this and putting in my monthly memories. So these cut down to 2 7/8. Hi, Lori. We're making our National Scrapbook Day project, which is the best year ever journaling mini album. We're on part 3, and we're on the month of July. We have a couple of games over there on Scrapbookers. We have Post Yourself in Your Craft Room. We're going to have random drawings so that one person will be chosen for a $25 gift certificate. And then we're still looking for the winner. If you had an order with a sparkle egg in it with the ticket, I called that on the last video when we started this morning, and I'll post that ticket on the page here. We have a cool donation from a planner that you will use. Maybe it's a budget planner. My planner's digital. I love Artful Agenda, and it's just all digital, so I use it right on my computer. Isn't that adorable? So right there, again, you can throw a picture or you can write the birthday months. That's what my little spots will be for. So let's go ahead and drop it. Let's go ahead and miter those corners. And if you're just joining us, don't forget, we're going to pull a random drawing to Sally's questions because it kind of went haywire there, but that's okay. So this is going to attach to the edge. And that way you'll be able to use your clip or clothespin, whatever you want to use in your album to keep your pages closed. And we'll add our adhesive. Whoops, there we go. I kind of just match my corners first. And if you have a little, not a selfie, sprocket, the 2x3, that's what this is made for. You can put those photos there, but we'll do, I do some decorating in here. But now we can go ahead with our 5 7/8 by 8 7/8 that we cut from that cut apart. See how cute that comes out to be? Picture, and you don't have to cut your picture in a circle. You can cut it above the circle and just have the flop to make it look like there's flower matting in the back. And let's go and ink those. We'll put that down and we'll add our decorations to July. Oh, did you work today? Then you must be tired. Oh, I love the red, white, and blue, and the stars, and all these colors. Remember, this was my page that went wonky. Now you can really see how it tapered up. when we were putting our pages on. Hey, but we kept our pages straight, and that's what mattered. Okay, now July. You can kind of decide where you want it to be. One thing, oh, and I already did take these out. So this is from your ephemera pack. I did put my fireworks up there. I'm going to ink those edges so they show up a little bit more. So you want to leave room for those. If you want to map them and fussy cut around all this, then you're my hero. No, there's too many circles there. There we go. And we'll be putting a chipboard Celebrate down here at the bottom. So I'll just let that sit there. Oh, once again, you don't want to glue down this back part. So just kind of put my fingers there. Don't worry, if you need to put the glue tip up inside of there and add a little bit more, you can. Oops. Or get it cleaned up. No, we need to add some more. These things are sticking. Okay. That looks good. Let's do the inside. With your sticker sheet, we're going to use the stars. And I need to find them here. Oh, here we go. We have a red. Oh, you know what, though? I used blue this time, so I'm going to have to use the gold. I mean, I used red the other time. There's red and blue. There's a light blue one on here. I know there is. There it is. It's over here by the Christmas tree. Sometimes you have to really look. So I won't use the red one on the red paper. I think we'll put the blue one up first. I will use some adhesive so it's permanent. Let's put the gold one in the center. And the word Celebrate here at the bottom. Then I can put a photo right there. That's the thing when going through your photos. Sometimes it's hard, but I've been getting so much better deleting the one that isn't quite the one that I would want to post. And so what I do is I go through my camera now just about every night, and I only keep like 2 of the ones that turned out the best, because I usually take 5 and 6 of the same photo. I know we all do with our phones. So that's what you want to do. You want to decorate so that you're not forced to choose from 500 photos. You're going to put one there. The one that or you can cut 2 to fit an overlap kind of collage. The whole idea is to get some journaling and a couple of photos for memories in here. And I know it's hard when you take so many great photos. Our phones have really made that. It's one thing about our phones that I love. Memory keeping is so easy. Okay, chipboards. We need to add some dimension here. Oh, they're all falling out. Okay. I mean, they fall out pretty easy here. I took Celebrate. Overlap that on our calendar. And I need a firecracker. We need a firecracker there. We need another one. Sticker sheet. Now, this is where I talked about in the beginning. You know, it's kind of, the colors. You could do some yellow, but the colors kind of went for the first half of the year. So I do wish they had come up with a couple of different ones of these, but I am going to add a yellow one down here for a little more dimension. And then that is it for our July. And again, I'll do the same thing as I did here. Because I want to put things on the back of this. And that's where our clip will hold down not only this flap here, but it's going to hold down this pocket. So when I lift this up, you just have to put it on the inside. So for August, I noticed I should have done more decorating down here, so I might. I was undecided if I wanted to leave that for photos or what, but this is a pocket for August. And then on the inside, I did leave it pretty much plain. It depends on how your months go. You may have some that are quite different than mine. So for me, mine definitely will be left plain because we have, again, some more birthdays and things. We have actually a wedding coming up on September 12th and the bridal shower here. So I will be putting those in there, and I knew I wanted more space. So just kind of, you know, you can kind of judge from there. I knew I'd put more pictures in August than normal. So we're going to make this cute little pocket flap on the back of page 5. See how quick this comes together? If you're making this with me, you're making this like in one day. Well, we did make the cover last night, but day and a half. Okay, we're on the back of page 4. And you need a 5x8 and a 4.5 by 9. You have plenty of materials to go back and add. You'll be able to go back and add just whatever you want to yours. See, with these, you'll be able to clip them on. Set them inside, have the clip hold it down, so you'll have lots of journaling spaces. Back of page 4. We have a 5x8 again, and we have a 4.5 by 9. Oh, thank you, Tanya. But again, let me explain this. It's 9 inches, and I did not cut mine down, so I'm just going to back it up on my cutter. Just barely back it up till before the 9, and I'm going to cut this one down, my 9-inch piece, just a tiny bit, so it fits on my page better. This is the pocket. So this 5x8 is the flap. So this is the flap piece, and this is the one you want to just make sure it's the same length as your page and not hanging over, top or bottom. Mine is. I always cut just a hair longer. I think we all do. Some of us cut short, some of us cut longer. We just all have our funny ways. Okay, 5x8. We're going to score that first with the 5-inch at the top of our scoreboard, and we're going to score 1/2 inch. 4x9. I'm going to start with the 9" at the top of my scoreboard. I'm going to score it 1/2 inch. I'm going to turn it so the 4.5 is at the top. Score again at 1/2 inch. Back to 9 and score it 1/2. So that 1/2 inch along the bottom is at the top. Hey. Do I know where Wilbur is? Yeah. No, I hope he's here. Wilbur in the house? I think so. Okay, I'm going to fold up these two sides. I'm kind of looking out the window here to see where Wilbur is. Okay, this is the flap. And it's going to go to the left-hand side. So one thing to note, you can always change your album, but just so you know that I put the flaps like this so the clips will hold them shut, like in this album. So for instance, if you move this over to the right-hand side, see your clip may not, it's not going to reach it. So just keep that in mind if you do change your pages around. That was put there to hold it shut. I'm going to see how the pocket's going to fit. Fits good. We're great. You can fold up the bottom. These cloths, they're not the best, but they're what I have. Okay, straight across. Trying not to cut into your, where they intersect. And thank you. Tanya is reposting the measurements as we go, but they're in video number 2. So if you're looking for the full measurements, video number 2 that we did this morning is down in the, or it'll be on YouTube or in our group page, and you can go back and access it. And there is the full cutting guide. So with this flap, this 1/2 inch, we're going to hook to the page. I'm just going to keep it folded backwards. Open end, this is my hinged end, needs to go to the back. So where that flap is. Yep, I'm live on both. I'm live on YouTube, Scrapbookers, in my store page. I am actually live in 4 places. We have a Facebook store page. I have a Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, and that's where you're going to find all of the action. You're going to find all the games. You're going to find things like that. But if you ask to join, you have to answer the questions. So our admins will let you in. I'm live on YouTube and in our social group. See, our social group is where it's not just my store, so that you can post projects that you've done with other collections and things like that. And it's to talk about the social things. So maybe somebody's having a hard day and they just need some more, they need somebody to talk to. That's our social page. Or you want to share some funny things that your pets do. Our social page. And most of us are members of Scrapbookers. Of course, I own Scrapbookers, so I'm the member there, but you know what I mean. So, hinge to hinge. So we have lots of groups for all the different likes. And I'm live in all 4. So no matter where you end up finding me, you'll get the tutorial. Okay, let's just make sure that's down before we move on for a minute. Oh, I don't know about that, Connie. Some people might call it crazy. Thank you, Sue. Okay, so now we have a pocket. Now there's some fun things you could do with this, and I did not, but you could put a flap on here and a magnet, or you could put a flap on here and another clip if you wanted to use it more for keepsakes. You can definitely do a lot more on this album. Connie, do I remember? Of course I do. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I don't remember a lot of things, but I do remember things sometimes. Okay, for matting, let's grab our 6x8 paper pad. I know, isn't that kind of crazy? We got the pink. We ran out of them. I can put together some kits with other papers, but that exact one I sent you, wait a minute, I might have one more. I'll have to check when we're done. And then on the front is our polka dots, which is this one. Now, if you still have, let me grab the sheet. Oh, I need to tell you something too before I forget. Okay, this is the one I actually used because it's the bigger dots. Let's back up here for a second so I can tell you. Remember June? We did not use any of June on June. So you have this full sheet, but I did use this on my cover. Just so you know, I did some matting with this. And then these cut aparts. The 2x2s you might want to use on your spine, but I need to let you know, you can put some of those cut aparts just inside of here. But we will be using this, but you will have quite a bit of June. I needed to tell you that so you didn't think I forgot. It's falling off. Okay, so I put just a little bit of the pink on the inside. I use the dots on the outside. Now for the inside, it's that we have a second piece of yellow in our 6x8 paper pad. And my flap, we've already used that. So I'm going to use the floral side in your 6x8 paper pad. And this is that other sheet of 4x4 cut aparts. Now, if you have the kit, then you also have, you still have some of your, have a couple of these left. And the reason the kit had 3 of each, because yes, we do still have some of the best year of our kits. And Connie, if you're a beginner, you can do this. You can do this. We go step by step. I did put them on already. They're there. They were there. So I hope we didn't already throw through those. Now, if you do order this best year kit, just so you know that it will not, yes, we have 11 left. It will not ship till, we'll try to get them Monday, but they won't go Wednesday. But yes, aren't they cute? And it's just such a great thing for a gift. But you can use this. You do have enough, and you can go back and use it for matting. We made sure you had plenty in the kit. But this is the yellow that I used to mat my August. So let's go ahead and cut this piece down first to 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. That's going to be my base page. Now for inside of here, all I did was I just took 2 inches off of here. I didn't mat all the way down, so we just need 2 inches by 7 7/8. I love doing this all in one day. I really do. Okay, front. It's going to be the pocket. Sally, you're not supposed to be posting. You're supposed to be laying down. The front, which is before our pocket, is 4 inches. So we need a 3 7/8 inch piece. I'm going to use this. And so you can kind of look and see what side you want to cut. I went from here because I wanted to keep my Volkswagen. Three 7/8 by 7 7/8. And the inside, though, is going to be a little bit bigger on our flap because we have the full size, and it's 4 1/2. So your floral, I'm just going to cut 4 3/8 by 7 7/8. Okay, we're ready to put this all together. And then I'll also use my August card. For the calendar. So how many of you are locked away in your craft room working away? Did you guys set the crock pot? I'm going to turn this over. We actually, when we went up to Culver's, I grabbed 2 salads for dinner tonight, one for me, one for hubby. I thought, I'm not going to cook because you know what? After we make this album, I want to make something else. I've got something else in mind. And I'm going to be using the Tula and Norbert. It's such a cute paper from Photoplay. Bobby is actually, she made 1 album with it, and we did a kit. Oh, good. Oh, Nicole, I knew you would be. But I have something I want to make with Tula and Norbert. It's so cute. Okay. I'm going to put the polka dot down first. And I did find there's a chipboard. Oh, and one thing I forgot. So I did talk about this in the beginning, but I want to just bring it up again. I wouldn't go through and do any other decorating than what you're doing right now, just in case you wanted something for your cover. If you remember, the cover is kind of a Mod Podge of your favorites, if you want. Let's see. Oh, barbecue ribs, Diane. Oh, that sounds wonderful. The cover is going to be a Mod Podge of your favorites, just so you know. Sure, the first piece is going to be, oops, let's just, Lisa, the polka dot is 3 7/8 by 7 7/8. The pink that is going to sit inside is, I just cut a 2 by 7 7/8 of an inch sides to go on the inside. And this is from my 6 by 8 paper pad. The polka dots is from a 12 by 12. Oops, we kind of got a mess here. Thank goodness for our glitter glue. Dries clear. Okay. So there is the front, and I'll give the measurements for those back ones again. The floral, which was your 6 by 8 paper pad, 4 3/8 by 7 7/8. Well, there goes Wilbur.
Oh, it does.
And oh, thank you. No, it's okay. I'm gonna get that sign. This is my son. He made some nachos. I'm going to look for a sign that says on air that I can light up. You know what the sad thing is? I'm going to tell you the truth. It doesn't matter if I'm talking on a video or talking. It's because I talk to my. Who talks to yourself while crafting? Come on, guys, tell me the truth. So my family doesn't know if I'm talking to you guys or if I'm talking to a video or just talking to myself when I'm crafting. Even my granddaughters are like, "Are you talking to us or are you talking to yourself?" I'm talking to myself. It's like, leave me alone. Okay, back of page 4, July, and we're going to put the hinge to the left-hand side. Come on, you guys, admit it. Who talks to themselves while they're crafting? Come on. Thank you, Bev. Bev is the first to admit it. Yes, I do. Okay, let's hold down those corners. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, Teresa. Tanya, I know you do. I'm just kidding. Hi, Nancy. How's that puppy doing, Nancy? We had a week during April 19th when everybody brought some puppies home. Yes, I I do too, Lynn. Exactly, Bev. Sometimes we just have to ask for expert advice when we're crafting. I know. Cute little pocket. Then the yellow is from your 6x8 paper pad. It has these guys. Again, it is 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. Oh, well, he's sure cute. And down that goes. Oh, thank you, Cindy. That is quite the compliment. I do appreciate that. Now, if you were here working with me, you may say something different. I can be pretty messy. Okay. Mirror your glue on those edges, just like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You want to get that peanut butter sealing the edges so the jelly doesn't run out, right? Oh, all right. Calendar for August. Again, you can definitely mat this if you want to double mat your calendar piece. I didn't in the original album, but I'm going to this time. And I'm going to use, let me get this piece out here. I was thinking of putting it on, oh, I don't know if I do like that. Maybe the green. No, you know, it's not going to show up. I'm just going to put it down like I did on the other. But I am going to add a few more decorations. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It is a puppy's like having a newborn, Nancy. And I'm sure Froggy's going through the same thing with her new beagle. When we got Wilbur, my little beagle, it was a newborn in the house. I'm telling you, it was like, I cannot believe I have another newborn in my house, because he had us up every 3 hours, either to go potty. He needed to go potty or something. So this time, whoops, we have a popsicle too. As I spit on my paper, gosh, excuse me there. You could definitely add this anywhere you want. your popsicle, but I'm going to put some vibes onto the sheet. I'm still going to use this down here, either for a journal spot or a caption, because like I said, we have a bridal shower coming up about this time, and I want lots of room for photos for that. No, Peggy, if you follow along, I've posted all the cutting guides. I don't sell our tutorials because they're not professional enough, for one thing. They're just mine. I mean, you are so welcome to go back on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook, or actually go to video 1 and 2. I've posted the cutting guides in those videos. Now in here, like when we get her invitations for our bridal shower, I'll put them in here. So that's where, again, you can fine tune this to what you're wanting. Okay, we're over here to fall. We're heading into September. I love September. This one I just love. So we have the little cut apart. Like I said, I tried to match. I always match the calendars. Excuse me. So this was the only one I kind of didn't. But remember, we used the cut aparts. We used the ephemera cards. Yeah, I actually have three screens down here in my office. So we're going to have a cut apart flap with the calendar. And again, you can jot down your birthdays. When you open it, we are going to just have a tuck spot for school. September can have a lot of things going on. So we have school. We have a granddaughter starting college. We hope. No, she will online. And then it's fall. So I had to kind of combine school and fall all in one. And we're on the front of page 5. So if you're following along on your cutting guide, oh, Nicole, thank you. You're so sweet. So we're on the front of page 5. You want a piece of cardstock that is 6, and it's going to be 7 3/4. So it's a little bit shorter than our page. You know, the tutorials are free for a reason. I appreciate your support so much for our store at Country Craft Creations. And you deserve to be rewarded. 6 by 7 3/4, and that little cut apart that we're going to put the calendar on is 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And you put up with my mistakes, so that makes it worth it being free for you. So see, this is going to sit over here to the right hand side of this flap, and we just need to score the big flap and the little flap. And thank you, Tanya, so much for posting those measurements. So with the 6 inch at the top, you're going to score it 1/2 inch. And we have the 3 3/4 at the top of our scoreboard, and you're going to score it 1/2 inch. This is how this will sit. Now we want to get out our 6 by 8. And we're going to grab the truck. Oh, I love the truck. This is 5 1/2. This is 6. So we're going to cut down this cute photo. And I'm going to do my first cut at 5 3/4. My second cut is going to be at 5 1/2. So I keep it pretty straight. I'm just going to take an 1/8 off. No, I'm not taking, well, I'm taking an 1/8 off, but a 1/16 on each side. Connie, when was that time we could pre-buy a kit to make with you? Like, oh, let's see. Hold on before I answer your question. Well, our Craftology box subscription is closed for May because those sold out. I don't have another one yet in mind. They kind of come as inspiration hits, either myself or one of the designers. See, I just cleaned off because my blade isn't very sharp. Side looks good. Now, if you remember, this is only 7 3/4. So this needs to be 7 5/8. But it's 8 inches. So I'm just going to start by taking 1/8 of an inch. And I know to some of you, if you're really good with math, this may seem kind of monotonous. Isn't that gorgeous? But I don't like when my photos look off. Makes sense? Okay, we're at 7 3/4. But we need 7 5/8. So I will cut this at 7 5/8. And that's where we need this to be. But I'm just going to bring, there you go, a 1/16 of an inch from the top and a 1/16 from the bottom. I don't know, it looks like I'm just going to take it both off of there. But your final measurement is 7 5/8 by 5 3/8. So if you take the time, though, to just do that on each side, then it's going to stay even. Okay, let's go ahead and ink. And we don't want to put this down yet because there's a flap that needs to go on first. And that's going to be for our calendar, which is the July one. You see, you still have some journaling cards left that we did not use that can go in the pocket. Now, what did I say July? It's September. Gosh, guys, we already did July. Sorry. You want September. Now, this, hello, Bobby. This will fit perfect. I sized it so you don't have to do any cutting. And you still have room if you want to double mat, but I didn't double mat. So all I did was take the September. Oh, and we need the September journaling card. Isn't that cute? So you can use the back of that too if you want it. But you have a few others to choose from. And there is one that has this matching plaid in here. No, mine are kind of mixed up because we also have a truck. But he actually goes with, he can go with your pumpkins. So I like the way they've made it go both ways. And this will fit just perfect inside. Gives you enough black border. And then you can write down your birthdays. Hi, Shay. Hope I said your name right. Is it Shay or Shia? I always hate mispronouncing names. See, mine's different too. Tamara instead of Tamara or Tamara. And I have one of those you can pronounce a lot of different ways. And if you know me well, you'll pronounce it with some other adjectives to it. I'm just kidding. Or if you're Sally, that is. Okay. Down that one goes. Somebody made something upstairs that smells really good, but I'm not hungry. And Wilbur's following the trail of food. And Bobby, I watched on our break, I watched your Tula and Norbert, but made with a different, you made it with the summer paper. It's so darling. Oh, Sharon, that's going to be a really cute album for her to do for a year of the babies. I like that. Okay. And then what's cute is you can circle the special days. I know I've been busy, Bobby. What you been up to? It feels like a really productive Saturday. Is anybody going back to work on Monday? Or have you just been working the whole time? We've been working. My whole family's been working. Nobody's been off. So let's take our flat. Oh, and the back side, I forgot. We are piecing things together. And I did set this. So I'm going to use my, set it at 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. But you can put this just about anywhere you like. There's my, about my 1/4 inch right there. You can also put this at the top. You don't have to put it where I did. Oh, that summer market is so cute. And happy fall. So see, I just couldn't resist. Isn't that adorable? Oh, you are? Utah's not. Well, you know, they want us to be staying at home, use our common sense. I got a haircut yesterday and I'm getting a pedicure on Tuesday, so I'm so happy. Our salons are open. So happy, let me tell you. I actually got to get my hair cut. I actually got to buy some product for my hair, and I was just over the moon. Makes you appreciate what we do on a daily basis, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's close that up. You'll have a clip there if you want to lay it down. And I'm going to go ahead. Oh, actually, you don't have to really miter the corners because it's not sitting at the bottom of the page. But when we flip this over, if you remember, we had that piece of blue. No, what did we end up with? Our stars. I wish you guys were here to help me find everything I lose. There we go. So remember, we cut this. I cut this wrong. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 1/4. But before I do, I'm going to take out the cut aparts that I'm going to use to piece in here because I don't want to really cut those down. And I'm going to use that really awesome typewriter that I showed you a moment ago, along with these polka dots. Because they're going to sit here. And what I did is I did take a little bit off the typewriter. I left my journaling spot, the full size. Because September, hopefully we'll be back to school here. And we need to take off about 3/8 of an inch. And this had so much space up here. Yeah, my hubby had to work 2 out at the base. My son works out at the base. My daughter works at the hospital lab. My other daughter-in-law, soon to be, makes dialysis equipment, so she had to work. I know, and you know what, Mickey? My son-in-law is still over in the UAE, and he can't come home for my granddaughter's graduation. He's very upset. I'm going to take off that red on, or the orange on the bottom. Yeah, we just found out today they won't let him come home. He's been gone for 7 months. That's not to say that the family, my daughter is so upset. He's upset. He can't be here to see his daughter graduate, his oldest. I hope he can watch the virtual though. So that's a perfect fit. I took 3/8 of an inch off the top, and I took off the orange from the bottom. Yeah, they did in Utah too, Mickey. Well, they're going to do it virtual, and my granddaughter will be all together. She'll be in her cap and gown watching, and then she'll drive up to the university and we'll do a drive-through. So let's go ahead and add these on. That's okay. They probably canceled. They probably did it because they knew how loud her grandmother was going to be when we were there. So they're like, yeah, we better have virtual. We can't have Lexi's grandma there. She'll go crazy. I'm still going crazy. She's our first granddaughter to graduate, which I can't believe. I just can't believe. This one will go at the top, leaves the space between the two. Oh, that first one is kind of, my first grandchild is kind of like Wilbur. Spoiled rotten she was. No, she still is. Okay, so that left that space here. We do want to cover that space up. Now in the original one, oh no, I used the same color here, but we need to cut it down. So I'm going to cut it to 2 1/4 by 7 5/8. 2 1/4 by 7 5/8. My big cutter doesn't like to do 2 1/4. Remember, don't throw those away. They come in handy. They did here too, along the streets and stuff. And if you have the 2 by 3, one of those little printers, that will be perfect for those. Oh, well, thanks for coming by, and we understand. I know they like to eat, don't they? But we bought salads. Oh, yes, Brenda. That Farmhouse G45. Oh, I love that album. That one was really fun. And if you ordered the charm, they just came in. So those will all be shipping on Monday. She's making them for us as fast as she can. Better be scraps. All right. Totally up to you. You can definitely leave this plain, but I wanted to add an apple to signify school. Oh, the dog has a bone. Okay, we're going to add this to our page. And remember, it's a little bit shorter, and I did that for a reason. I wanted the background of the page to show. So I'm not going to miter those corners. Sorry, you're going to hear the dog chewing a bone. I hope you don't hear it. There it is. So where we've connected the page, just stay to the inside. And you're going to have 1/8 of an inch top, 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. Just like that. Okay, let's get our September paper. June to the back. Sorry if I hit my camera, which I just did. All right. So for the inside, a couple of things you can do. I cut it at 5 7/8, but what I did is instead of cutting this all in one, because I wanted that pocket, I had cut these guys out. But you know what? I'm looking at this and how well this came out for July. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this instead of adding this little cut apart. I pieced everything. And here I'm still going to add just a tuck spot. So, oh, for Buttery, the charms came in for the farmhouse. So if you ordered it, I had put them on the website. They came this morning, and they'll be shipping out on Monday if you've ordered one of the Farmhouse Charms. And the Farmhouse Charms, these are just, I made the glue stoppers. I did a video in Scrapbookers. I show you how to take your cow. I did the cow and the chicken to go in your glue stopper or glue bottle. It's those, but it's the whole charm set. So if you want to make the charm to go on the side of your album, these are back in stock. This one was the chicken. They're my glue bottle dangles. So I'm going to just cut this at 5 7/8, or you can completely cut this out, trim that to fit on the left-hand side, and then I just use the back side to make a pocket. But I'm going to do it a little different. So I want to show you what comes out. I'm going to trim the top and the bottom so there's no extra, but don't trim the sides. I just thought that this will look better. Let me show you on our page. So I'm going to put that down. It just looks cleaner than chopping up this piece. And then this is going to be just adhered down for a tuck spot. And I'll have some of the blue. Now, you don't have to do this. You can just put this down. If you want to have that showing, I'm going to add this as my tuck spot. And so I want to go ahead and ink all of this one. I'm going to ink all these edges. Diane, I want to go to a retreat. We better have, I'm hoping the end of June is our retreat in St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, I hope it can go through and I don't have to move it. We've moved all the others to July, August. So we're all just keeping our fingers crossed. Because we need to be together. Okay, 3 sides. This is, like I said, a basic tuck spot. It's not made to be a super strong. So you'll just want to like tuck your notes in, or a card that you've written birthdays or something on. Sometimes you just need that card as a memory that you you stick it away. It's not like you want the whole world to see it when they open the album. So you just put it in a little pocket. Oh, wow. I know, Fauna. They are, right now, airline tickets are great. I got to get all the design teams purchased for all the retreats. Since we've got all these, we got credits up the yin yang. I'm going to re-ink this edge to blend it in, just in case it didn't fit like super perfect, but it blends it in. And now I'll be able to put some cards in there as just a tuck spot. Oh, and Wilbur's in the room. And he's stealing everybody's bones. We might have a fight. I took bones away last night from these dogs. Somebody gave them back to him. Wilbur takes them all, buries them in his blanket, and he won't share. And then he gets mad. He's naughty. He's a toddler. Oh, Sally, I know. I need to see you guys. Sally, I haven't seen you and Brenda, and I haven't seen you guys since November. Okay? Since November. Fauna, Lynn, I haven't seen you guys. I'm dying here. Oh, Donna, I'm sorry to hear that. See, I live in an area where we don't have the population. So that's, that's kind of what we've got here. September, we have Happy Fall. That can sit in there. And then also, you still have some cut aparts. September will fit. Just turn it sideways. Let's do this, is what I put in the other one. So you still have a sheet of cut aparts. These are July. I won't put the Celebrate, but this one does match. A lot of mixing and matching you can do. Your clip, it will hold both sides. And we're on. Isn't that cute, though, when you open it? Yes, Teresa, I know, Teresa, especially, I've got to see you. Isn't that cool? I just love it. Birthdays can go here. Anything you want. Let's go to October. Wow, I can't believe how well this just come together. And it's been fun to do this all in one day. I don't know about you guys. I always love retreats for this reason. We get the projects done. Well, sometimes we talk a lot too. October. And I did some photo mats. Got some glue there. But I want to show you something. What I did here is I didn't mat this. We're going to mat this today. We are going to mat this because it just wasn't strong enough. I used some of the fall in places to just break up and bring some fall into October. And here we have tuck spots for our little cards and our little ghost. Cut down so they fit. And then some photo spots. So that's what we're doing next. And I'm ruining my card. What am I doing here? Okay, we won't worry about that right now. So we're going to start with our flat. Yes, and it's 5 by 8. Thank you, Tanya. So the back of page 5, you need a 5 by 8 for that flat. And once again, we're going to check it to see that it fits. If not, go ahead and trim yours down. And thank you. Thank you, Tanya. That helps me too. You're hired. Oh, let's also get out the papers we need. Oh, Diane, I can't wait to meet you. We need our Halloween. This just reminds me of the candy. And you're going to need this one, which has some Halloween on the back. But then we're going to go with our page here. Polka dots on the back. whoa, whatever he made smells spicy. Polka dots here, and then our October 4x6 card. Again, these will make really fun cards. So, and it'll be really fun just to put these back into your albums for different things. October it is. So, I think I had a clothespin, but that's okay. I just want to measure the October, what I cut it down to, so that we can cut the perfect matting for it. So I cut it down to 5 by 4. So before we do anything else, I want to do that now. I cut this down to 5 by 4. Hi, Maria. This is 5 by 4. I mean, it's 6, but we want it to be 5 by 4. So we just need to take off the edges. We're going to take a 1/2 inch. We're going to take a 1/2 inch off the O side and then the T side. Sally, I hope you're resting and not dizzy, because I see you're on here. 4 by 5. So I want to cut a piece of matting out of my black paper. It's 4 1/8 by 5 1/8. If I have any scraps, I sure do. Oh yeah, Linda, we still have to do that. Absolutely. See, that's going to give us more of a background and a sturdier card. So we'll probably be matting some of the back so it looks finished. So we won't quite put that down yet. With our 5 by 8 and the 5 inches at the top of our scoreboard, we're going to score 1/2 inch. Super, super simple. And that's the only piece we have. Yes, Linda, I'm going to answer for Sally. Yes, she does. She has a basement that's unfortunately had to get finished. Sally has a very nice craft room in the basement of her house. And it's next to my bedroom. Well, my bedroom there is actually upstairs. And I hope she has my bedroom finished and cleaned up as soon as they sanitize New York. I'm going. Oh, Maria, that does sound extremely lovely, especially now. Okay, let's put our matting down first. And again, you're going to look at your paper and decide what you want to cut or what you don't want to cut. Because it doesn't matter what side, or if you take it from up here, you don't, it's not directional basically. But I did use, no, I did not. I didn't use anything from here. So it just depends on what you want to use. You can take it from this way or this way. But you do want 4 3/8 by 7 7/8. 4 3/8 by 7 7/8. So that's where I ended up taking mine from. My bedroom better be ready. It's going on the front. Oh yes, Diane does. She, in the past, has helped. Ooh. It's a big city like New York, I believe, Sally, but not, well, it's not as big as New York. I won't put down our October. Let's go ahead and do the back page. So on the back, I also used black and did some matting. So what I'm going to do is use, definitely don't want to use red. Okay, well, we'll see. Let's go ahead and get our 4x6 card. Oh, here we go. Let me kind of show you. So ivory cardstock, I use black behind here. And then put my calendar on top. So we'll get there and we'll figure that one out. What did my daughter just say? Like I said, mine are mixed up. I'm looking for the October. There we go. The October. You want the October calendar? I'm just going to set this little guy out. I'm just going to grab all my Octobers because I do want the boo. Now, in the other one, we're going to start with our calendar because the calendar, Peggy, we did have, Peggy, I'm waiting for, I get them from our glitter glue. They've been out. So as soon as they have them back in, I will have them. Okay, so I knew my calendar was going to be the main thing down here. And I need to mat back here 4 1/8. 4 1/8 this way. And so I'm going to cut a piece of coordinating cardstock that's 4 1/8. And it's going to be this width. My width is 4 3/8. So 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. Now we have to decide what we're going to use because I use black on ivory. I'm going to use my ivory on this. Well, we're going to be using the we're going to do some matting too. But 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. Yeah, Peggy, hopefully it will be in very soon. Yeah, it's made by their company. And it should be here soon. Well, I didn't cut this very good, did I? 4 1/8. Oh, 4 3/8. Not 4 5/8. And that's what I made, just a little tuck spot. Sally, no, Diane, don't. You cannot have a sloth, Sally. Diane, do not ask. Jimmy will beat her. Sally, go visit Lynn in Florida. No, Nicole. She can get you a tiger really cheap. She just lives 1.5 miles from them. Hey, Nicole, are you still out there? Sally wants a tiger. Can you get Sally a tiger? Cheap? Used? She can't have a precious animal, Maria. going to put it towards the edge. So I have some room to tuck in some little things. So top, side, bottom. The ivory piece is 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. Hi, Wendy. 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. Yes. Yes. Nicole lives 1.5 miles from the Lion. No, not the. Is it the Lion King or the Woman? It's one of those. I don't know that crazy show. You don't have to make this a tuck spot either. But 4 1/8 by 4 3/8 kind of gives you a nice border. And then you'll be able to tuck in. You'll have to cut your cards down. Now we can measure our boo. Because I want boo there. But it's too long. So we need to cut boo down to 4 5/8. Nope. We're going to cut boo down to 3 5/8. This is 4. Hi, Mama. How are ya? So this is 4. Sally, you changed your avatar. So 3 5/8. 4. 4 3/4. 3 3/4. Sorry. And then 3 5/8. It's a little off. I know. We're not cutting the 3 inches. We can leave that the same. But see, it looks fine. So just need to clean up this bottom. Yeah, she just lives close to the lion guy or tiger guy or Carol. Her name's Carol or something. I don't watch that show. Kind of crazy. But I hear about it. My son does. Oh, you're on YouTube now. You're okay. Why aren't you resting, Sally? So we have a spot here. And in order to cover that up, well, hi, Estelle. I'm so glad you did. I want to use some of that floral, but we're going to take it off of our paper here, I believe. We didn't have any left, so I'm just going to take a piece that's 3 5/8, and however wide this is, it gives us a little bit of fall with our Halloween. We just need a 1 1/4 inch length. I mean width, 1 1/4 width. So you will cut your truck. I'm very sorry. And then 4 inches long. I'm going to cut the 4 on my big cutter. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. We did cut this to 3 5/8. You better not be feeling dizzy, because if you're dizzy and you're not laying down, I'm going to call Jimmy. Need to trim a little more off. So you can't tell me the Fiskars cutter isn't different than my other cutter, because it is. They don't cut the same lengths. I don't watch it either. I don't watch TV though. I don't like TV. I don't have time. Is Sally in trouble? Sally's always in trouble. There we go. I won't watch that one. Okay, we are done with that flap. We can now put it on the page. Again, it will sit on the outside edge so that the clip, this one's at the top, and it will hold both of them. And then we'll add the decorations to the front. And we'll do the inside. You found the emojis. Oh, on YouTube? YouTube has emojis? Well, that's really cool. Okay. To hold the tips down, I mean the corners down, then you can do the rest. Now our inside piece. This side. You can actually use either side. 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. He better not yell at you, Sally. And I don't believe Jimmy yells at you, because you would yell right back at him. Oh, well, see, I get to see all the comments. You don't. Again, you can choose which side you use. That's that look. Of course, we're going to put some photo mats, and that's that look. I did notice that the 6x8 is a little different orange than the 12x12 sheets. And so that is also one of the reasons I chose this other side. You know what, Diane? I think she does too, but her doctor isn't around anymore to clear her ears out. And Sally needs to find a new ENT or neurologist next week, or I'm going to come down there. No, I'm not actually. I won't come to New York right now. And take her there. Now fly her here to Utah and quarantine her for 14 days. And take her to the doctor. We don't have time for it. Oh, that's her name, Nicole. Yeah, Carol Baskins. She lives by her house, 1.5 miles. So, Sally, I'm sure you'll want to go to Nicole's house now. Okay, back to the front. Let's put our October together. Well, you shouldn't be on a ladder, Sally. You should be letting your husband be on the ladder. I agree, Linda. I like it better with the matting, but we do want to put some cardstock on the back. And again, if you want to check, so I just set this on the front. So it looks like we need to go in about 2 inches. And a histamine jet, 2 inches. And it's 4 inches. So 2 by 4. So let's look around in our scraps. Well, you know, it'd be really pretty to have those leaves on there for October because we've already got some of the other leaves. Totally up to you. I'm going with this one. Sally, you really need to talk to Fauna and Diane because they're going to help you get past all of this. They have some good ideas. And 4. 2 by 4. Just a 2 by 4. Now it needs to be on the T side. She is, yeah. That's what I've heard too. No, Sally, you need to go. Okay, make sure it's on the right end. Lost my page there. There we go. See, and then the back side looks nice together. Yes, ENT would be the best thing for her. And we are going to use a little ghost. And he is our sticker sheet ghost. Yes, it'll be from our sticker sheet. So decide where you want your October. Of course, it can't extend past that page. Add our adhesive. Just about in the center of the page or the flap here. Once again, if you need to get more adhesive there. Oh, well, they can help break up crystals too. You did? Oh my gosh, Nicole, did you just run back into the house? That's pretty scary for sure to have a bobcat in your front yard. Ghost. You know, and you still got the cute little bunny, so we've got some other things you can go back and add. Makes it fun. And if you're not really into Halloween, I want to show you something else. So you've got other things you can work with. You have this darling sweater. So if you don't want, you know, to go Halloween, you can definitely go sweater. You don't have to go Wilbur snoring. You don't have to go with the Halloween theme. So you've got lots to work with. But we do also want to add our candy corn. We have some candy corn right here. Oh, that dog. Hi, Helen. Well, the videos are recorded and you can go back and access Friday nights was the cover. We made the cover in an hour Friday night and we started this morning, so you can go back to the recordings for sure. Now, to me, this just looked kind of blah. So what I did is I took another piece from here and I made it I think a little bit longer than an inch and a quarter by 4 3/8. Excuse me. So 1.25 inches, or any size that you like, but mine's 4 3/8. It just was too, it needed it, I think. Yeah, can you hear him snoring? It was pretty loud there for a minute. Oh, but you were, Helen. I don't blame you. I don't get to hug my pillow in the morning because I have Wilbur who comes over and sticks his nose right on me, and then he kisses me every morning. And that comes from watching Rick kiss me goodbye. Wilbur is a beagle. He actually, this is Wilbur. And he's our mascot. He's on, if you look at the top here on Country Craft Creations, the truck that we draw, that is Wilbur on all of our logos. And Wilbur basically brings us so much happiness. And we do videos in the group with him. He's a happy little guy. And I introduced him when he was brand spanking new to the group on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And he's been with us ever since. So happy Halloween is going to go now right inside of there. Yes. I loved your Sir Mr. Bootsy. I remember Sir Bootsy, Helen. I thought he was the cutest little naughty dog. And your sister got one too, didn't she? Because I remember that picture when you picked them up in the parking lot and you did the puppy exchange. See, I remember that. He was such a cute dog. So there's our October, and I put photo mats in there because I wanted just kind of to break it up. So I used the orange as my matting. So we're going to cut our orange at 5 1/8. 5 1/8 by 4 3/4 is going to be the orange. And I took it from this. So if you don't want to cut this up, I understand, but I'm going to cut mine up, and I'm going to cut it again at 4 3/4 by 5 1/8. And then I did add a small one at the bottom. And your smaller one is going to be 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. Yeah, he was a little cutie, but he was just like Wilbur. He was a little devil. And we want to put black inside of there so our picture really pops. So the black matting is going to be 5 inches. 5 inches by 4 5/8. And again, if you want it to have more of the border, just cut your black down. The little one is going to be 2.5. 2.5 by 4. Boy, this thing's being noisy. I'm getting used to my chair on carpet. So that'll be the top one. So we can have a larger photo and then a smaller at the bottom. Hello, Anne Marie. Oh, I'll bet you do miss him. He was just like Wilbur, though. Yeah, but Linda, you need those two to keep you busy. Okay, fix our smaller one. Well, Linda, you cut it from the back side. So let me show you with this big dolly. The Dolly Cutter, you can see I've had my long time. You kind of have to work in reverse. So if I only wanted an inch, and I do this all the time when I'm cutting my spines, I always start with the 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut it at, like, let's say 10 and 3/4. Then I got my 1 1/4. Hi, Anne-Marie. So to get my smaller cuts, I know right now you can't just put that little 2-inch in and do it because it stops. It's really hard. But if I'm planning ahead, I always cut from the reverse like that. And I try to use it as much as possible because it cuts so nice. And you never have to buy blades. That's what I like. And it cuts your chipboard. Okay. The glue starts to flake. So just decide kind of where you want these. And put a little thing there from our sticker sheet. I've had that one for 5 years, Linda. You never have to buy a blade. They're so wonderful. Well, I mean, they are wonderful, but they do have some limitations. You have to kind of think ahead as how you want to cut stuff. Like when I do my spines for my albums, I always cut those first off the longest part. So you just kind of have to adapt to it. That's all. Okay. Like I said, you've got a lot of different things that you still can use. You might want to wait until your cover to make sure you don't use something that you wanted. Like my pumpkins, definitely have to save my pumpkins and all those things. But I am going to use this witch's hat. And I added it there. And in our die cuts, we have some witch's feet and different things like that. But I will go back in and add those after we do our cover. And also, if you're joining us and trying to get back to scrapbookers, it kicked me off. You want to have your comments so I can see who you are. Make sure you go up to the top of this video on scrapbookers and hit StreamYard so that we can see the comments. Because somebody just said, do you store your leftover ephemera in the plastic cases? Yes, I do store them in the leftover cases. What happens is when I get done, I will combine everything after I'm done with the project into one. And like I showed, then I will take these and just put them in here. and it'll be kind of mixed up, but it won't be as important as when I'm first making the project, because now I know what's in there. Okay, there's our October. And again, you will be able to use a clip at the top, and it will hold both sides. And so our November kind of mirrors. It sort of mirrors this page, but for November, you want a nice big photo. I get those cases mostly at Michael's. You want a nice big photo because that's just usually when we get a picture of everybody together. So that's what I've done here is we're just going to do this cute photo mat again with our November. Or for me, my wedding anniversary is the 10th. I know Sally's wedding anniversary is in November, so it'll either be that, but then I will have my clip, and I can also clip some photos on, and I can put some here are the dates. So what we want to start with, oh, and again with your November, isn't that plaid just beautiful? Again, you're going to decide which side do you want to cut from your page and what do you want to keep for whatever. And if you don't matter, buy another, just get another one and you'll have two of each, right? So I'm going to cut this first at 5 7/8. Oh, yours is the 14th. Awesome. We got married the 10th of November. So 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. I think it was the 10th. I always have to look at my wedding invitation. Oh, hi, Penny. Thank you. And then we want another one of the smaller cut aparts. That's 3 5/8 by 4 1/8. And that's going to hold the October, or no, we're in November now. Let's get November out. Our November cut apart. Oh, and then the back side. I'm looking on the back here. Make sure I don't grab the wrong ones. I chose one from our earlier months. This was in April, and I'm just going to use the back because I want the journaling card for the back of my little paper. Oh, the day after your birthday? Oh, Linda, and you know what? You guys were so cute together. So on the 3 3/4 inch side, go ahead and score it 1/2 inch. And I loved your wedding pictures, Linda, when you posted them. Such a cute family you guys had. So once again, to keep things very simple, your cut apart after you scored at 1/2 inch, it will fit perfectly on the front, and then our journaling card will fit on the back. Yeah, either place, Linda, and they come in a carrying case. So if you get them in the carrying case, it keeps them really neat, and you can get them in, I think, 6, 8, 12. You can get big ones, and they're worth their weight in gold. Let me tell you, they will keep your ephemera so organized. They're called photo. I think they're made for photos, but I use them for flowers, embellishments, my metal embellishments from Butterbee scraps, things like that. Okay, whoops. The album sliding here. Journaling card on the back side. I'll show you something else I organize with too. So I believe you can get them online at Hobby Lobby. These are the best things. Let me show you. They're just, and Wilbur loves to eat the handles. You see that? These are just the beach baskets. And what I do with these is when I'm working on a collection. Hello, whoever just said hello. I'm working on a collection. It goes in here or my magazines, whichever. And then I'm able to keep everything together until I'm ready to sort it out. For instance, our wedding album is in a pink one. So I have 3 of these. I don't like to get more than 3 because then it's time to clean it out. And then I will just pop that in there with it. And then I know that when I'm done, I can clean it out and make ready for our next project. I'm not quite done with my wedding album, but we finished the tutorial, remember, but I just need to finish some embellishing. Yeah, you're gonna love those beach bags because it just keeps things organized. November. So with November, I took about 1 inch from the bottom. Oh, you're going home, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys plant anything? Oh, you just got the garden ready? Okay, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll go on our bike ride.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to just adhere the flap. And our matting. That line of black throws me off on the paper. I can't wait to get that garden planted. That's a big garden. He always overplants, but that's great because then our neighbors know they can just come in and our kids get what they need. That's cute too, I know. But I wanted to have a nice big photo spot. Well, good morning. If not, Linda, you can order them online and have them shipped right to your home. And then you don't have to go anywhere. Hi. Oh, Debbie, did you like it? I hope you liked your mystery box. Okay, quit sticking to me. I don't know about you guys. I love when the album starts filling out and you're feeling some substance there. It's like, I can't believe how much work we've got done. This is so, so great. So this is on your cutting guide if you have the kit. And it's the front of page 5. And you have an ivory, no, it's the front of page 6. You have an ivory photo mat. So your ivory photo mat is 4 7/8 by 6 5/8. Then you have the green. I have green back behind there. And the green dot is going to be 5 1/8 by 6 7/8. You don't have, oh, Pauline. Oh, I can't work without this. This is my measuring because each box is a square. They have a centimeter one also. I absolutely love it. So out of my green, which is your green and pink. Yes, it's separate. So you're going to cut your green dot at 5 1/8 by 6 7/8. And that's going down on there. Sally, you will go. Okay. Center that on the green. Oh, you got my craft full of goodies. Was it the mystery box or was it the craft, my scraps? Because I do so many tutorials and then all this is left over. And so was it that one? Helen, did you just put it in an order? Because we can fix that when I'm finished. Okay, I'm going to put this down, my matting. Oh, and then if you want to go ahead and ink your edge or distress ink it or leave it. I'll just do it from the back side so I don't get on the ivory. Ooh, new flooring. Well, that's fun. Okay. Center this onto the page. It doesn't have to be centered either. Remember, you can put this any way you like. I don't like to touch off my fingers. All right, let's grab our sticker sheet. Give thanks. It's going up here at the top. Oh, you're welcome. Well, I hope you guys were able to also finish yours. Yeah, don't forget, if you couldn't catch our times, you definitely can go back and watch the recordings. And then we've got just a couple of games for $25 gift certificates over on Scrapbookers. Oh, we need to hit the camera and make you dizzy. So we need a couple of stickers. I need Living the Charmed Life, or whichever saying that you like, and the word Thanksgiving. So there's tons of different words to choose from. And my Thanksgiving is going to go on the matting and then also to the back. And like I said, use glue. You want this to last forever. I don't worry about the photos when it comes to these little ones. I tend to sometimes just cut the picture around them. So these two, I'm going to match the edges, but bring it down. There we go. Now the glue just makes it super permanent. And we have some leaves. That cord, I got to get the cord moved. So I'm going to take these two leaves right here from my sticker sheet. And I'm going to be going back for the pumpkins in just a minute. But we've got to add some leaves here. Go with the orange. Clean out that tip. Getting super sticky. Bring the gold up here on the corner. And because I love pumpkins. Oh, I know. I could keep chatting with you guys all day. Like I said, some of the crafters got together on Zoom last night, my first time. And it was really great to just be able to talk. I didn't want to get off. What other plans have you got, Debbie? No, you're a busy woman. I know. It looked, oh, I guess it's not. It looks loose to me, but it's not. Okay, now when we turn the page for December, the clip, you'll put it down at the bottom and it will grab that. So it will hold it closed. But that is our November. Very nice and simple, but very big so that you can get that family photo. Oh, yay, Debbie. I'm so glad. December. Merry Christmas. So again, December, we have the flap, but it's another photo spot because we need that bigger photo spot. And then we have just a little tuck spot to put a card that I can either put a picture. I will probably put a piece of ivory there so I can journal on it. And it will slide in. I'll have the journaling up here. And we want to have 2 pieces, actually just 1 piece. And then we'll need the ivory piece. And so I have not cut the matting that goes behind the ivory piece, so I'll give those to you. Back at page 6. Can you believe it? We're on December. This is great to make an album in one day. We have got a 4.5 by 6. Once again, it's going to be probably a little long, so you're going to trim a little bit of it off. But we'll do that in just a moment. My ivory photo mat is 4 3/4 by 5 3/8. So 4 3/4 by 5 3/8. And I need to cut the smaller from our 6 by 8 paper pad. See, I mean, we've used a lot, but you still have some left too. We had a piece that we cut, and I'm not going to dig for it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, which has the pink on the back. We used it for August. And I'm going to cut, actually, I apologize. This is 4 3/4 by 5 3/8. This is 5 by 6. So 5 by 6. You get to go to church tomorrow? Well, that's okay. That's pretty neat. Something's wrong here. 5 3/8 by 4 3/8. So my holly matting, no, it shouldn't be this big. It should be this wide. The length is wrong. So Tanya, go ahead and change the length for me. It should be 5 5/8, not 6. But that's okay. It's not 6 inches. It's 5 5/8. Sorry about that. I'm going to just double check here. 5 3/8. 5 5/8. So it's just a little bit. There we go. The holly is 5 inches, but it's 5 5/8. Oh, they have toilet paper in your store? Oh, that's funny. 5 by 5 5/8. 4 3/4 by 5 3/8. This is 6 inches wide, that flap. Flap's 4.5 by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim it off now. Just a little bit. Because I know it's going to be too long. Sally, you are the whole reason churches were shut down. That's all I can say. 4.5 inch side. Let's score it 1/2 inch. They don't want you back in church, Sally. You know I'm teasing, right? You know what? I love this mini album. I don't know why. It's very simple, Debbie, but it gives you a rundown of your life for 1 year, and it just seems so important right now. Okay, we want to have these journal cards. We're going to cut the December off of the 12 by 12 sheet, but I want the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is so cute. Now this has now it's become 4 inches. So this just needs to have a tiny bit taken off. So in reality, it needs to be 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. So however you want to cut it, I'm not going to cut. Let's see, did I cut? I did. I cut a little bit of my tree off. So I'm just going to cut a little. I'm going in 1/16 from my cutter using the little ones so that it pretty well matches. And here I'm just going to take 1/8 off the bottom. This really shows when you have a bad cutter, the dark ones. Yeah, thanks, Tanya. That is the correct size. That's the Fiskars cutter for you. Whoops. Yeah, Pauline, you can ask any question you like. Okay, from my 12 by 12 sheet, I'm going to cut it on the big cutter because, as you can see, my Fiskars isn't doing that great. I want to cut my December off. It's going to be about, I'm going to go close to 4 by 5 7/8. Why when cutting don't we cut to the inch? Because I like to have so if we cut to the inch, it'll fit perfect. But if we cut the 8ths, the 7/8, see, it gives us a little 1/16 of an inch border. That's why. If you want it to be the same length as your card, yeah, then you'll cut the full 8th. Otherwise, you'll cut 7/8, see, to give you a border, and this still is too long. So I need to cut 1/8 off. Otherwise, it'll fit perfect, and I don't want it to fit perfect. That's why. And it's just to give you a border. So I'm going to take 1/8 off. And some crafters like 1/4 of an inch border all the way around, which is an 8. Yeah, 1/8 difference. So see, that gives us a border. Versus the exact size. Now, some people like the exact size. That's okay too. Now, some like to just do, like I mentioned, instead of an 8, they'll do 1/4. So if it's 6 inches, See, I cut mine, if this is 6 inches, I cut my matting at 5 7/8. But some crafters like a quarter, so they go to 5 3/4. That again is just what you like and what looks good to you. That's all. Okay, December on the front. Let me tell you what. When we drove up to the drive-thru, of course, the drive-ins, you can still go to the drive-in. You can't go into a restaurant. Oh my Lord. Everybody was out. I swear that it was like the floodgates of the world opened. The cars and parking lots in the grocery stores, everybody was out to the end of the parking lot. The cars coming home was just unreal. The nurseries are packed full to the hilt. It was like, whoa. Now, 1/2 inch at the top, it's going to flip. You don't want your image upside down. So make sure you have this 1/2 inch hinge down here at the bottom. Hi, Erica. Oh, is that what they're doing, Bobby? They need to buy craft supplies. No, they need to buy food and they need to make their house payments. Kids are back in school. Oh, Pauline, that's awesome. Okay, this is going at the top. Oh, but Pauline, it's fall where you're at, isn't it? You're going into fall. Okay, I'm going to turn my book upside down. Oh, they're not monitoring how many people can go in here at all. You just go on in. Okay, outside edge. Okay. Now, one thing I did that I don't know how I did. Things were a little different on the other one. I ended up with more pink and I don't, oh, there it is. That's why. But I'm changing. I'm going to use the green on the back side. You have a green one, but you also have, I used pink on this other one, and I have to show you. So I'll show you in just a second. You could also use that. I don't know how I ended up with enough pink because we don't have enough pink. And so that's kind of weird, I know. And I wasn't using more than one paper pad. Or I thought, maybe I was. Anyway, I had used pink. But we used pink here. So why don't I have another pink? Hold on. There must be another pink in here. No, I've messed up somewhere cutting. I don't know where, when, or what. So. So let's play for just a minute here. I don't know what on earth I did. But we do have August, and it matches the balls on the Christmas tree. Uh-oh, you guys, did the video stop? Or was it because I stopped talking? I hope it hasn't stopped. Like I said, I apologize. I don't even know how to answer this, how I ended up using a pink somewhere else. There is blue on our Christmas tree, so let's go with the green. 5 7/8 by 7 7/8. Now, oh, wait. See, I don't know how that happened. I only have this little piece left. One of the 7 mysteries of the world here. But the green, I mean, that's a lot of green, but it still looks pretty cool. So we'll go green. Good. I'm glad because that's what we're using. Wow. Only 10 people at a time in Hobby Lobby. Oh, wow. That's a pretty big store, too. Of course, I guess they're counting the workers, right? I love sweet tea. Glue. Oh, Pauline, you don't have any? So how do you get any of your craft supplies in Australia? Well, I know there's a few stores, but I know they have a hard time getting products. I was going to try and supply some, but the shipping was just so bad. Sally, they're not going to let you in Hobby Lobby anymore because you go in there and you write bad things with the words and you antagonizing me, and I've already contacted Hobby Lobby, so you can't go back. They said so. I need to add some more glue in here. Just kidding. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I forgot. These are open. Our pages are open. All right, let's go ahead and add our matting. I really don't know what's open here. I don't go out very often, and I'm okay with that. They're not messages from God. They're messages from Sally. And he doesn't like it, Sally. You guys, I'm hearing a bird. I hope there's not a bird in my window. We have a lot of birds outside. I never know it's a bird or a video game around here. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to put this down a little bit to have room for a tuck pocket. 3 sides. Wait, did you say $37? I was going to say $37. Oh my, Pauline, that's terrible. That's really terrible. Okay. I want 2 things. Merry Christmas and December 25th. So I'm going to cut this straight across. we're going to cut down the Christmas. See, now I need to use my small cutter. This will be cutting down. My daughter is going to drive me crazy, you guys. If somebody out there sees Kara on Facebook, she's at work, she's bored. Okay, she works in the lab at one of our main hospitals, and she's bored. There's no people, there's no patients, so she's doing her nails, and she's sending me pictures on not Facebook. She's messaging me, and I'm like, I can't look at them right now. I'm actually going to cut this down a little bit more. So I'm going to just take it 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Remember, keep your pieces. That way it helps you remember if you've cut all 4 sides. And then when you get 4 of them, you'll know you did. No, Linda, hers are like mine. They look terrible. I haven't put my Color Street overlays on, but they look like mine. And but she puts the Color Street on. She can have those at work because she can't have nails anyway, working in the lab. And then I'm going to just kind of do the 3 sides. I want to leave this corner open for a photo. You'll have a tuck spot up here, whichever cut apart you want. But I'm going to cut this right down. It's going to sit here. I had to have the Merry Christmas on there. Let me show you. We will mat it. And I'm not going to do the measurement of this one, and I'll tell you why. Cutting these down, you're going to get a different size, and then we'll mat it just with the leftover. She actually has her bachelor's degree. She was a lab technician, but now she is a lab supervisor, and she does the machine. So she did get her bachelor's degree in science and lab technician this last fall. So now she runs the lab, but there's nothing for them to do, like she said. That looks good to me. That is looks centered, symmetrical, and I want to add it here. Yeah, I do love the green. I didn't think I would, but I do. So it came out to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I have this piece that was left over, the pink, and I want to mat it. So I will get a little bit of the pink on there. Yes, she's a lab ant, or whatever they call the lab. Yeah, she's a lab supervisor, they call them here. So this is going to be 3 7/8. I will ink the edges, yes. 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. You know what, med tech is hard. I think I remember when you did go take that new job for the computer side, Helen. Do you like it a lot better? I think I would. From being an LPN, I would. I'm going to cut down. Actually, it's going to go this way. I'm going to cut just a little bit more off of my Merry Christmas. Are you still having to travel, Helen? Because if you're not traveling, you can get another puppy. I'm using black. on this one because I have a black base. On this one, I used vintage photo or a sepia. And it's not really prevalent. You don't really see it a lot. I just wanted a little bit. No, Utah doesn't. No, the vocational nurse, LBNs, they're the same thing, Linda. And I was for 12 years when my husband and I got married. Then we started having a lot of children. And I worked in the hospitals in Las Vegas. I worked at Sunrise. And I know Nancy I think she had a grandchild born there. But then I worked in Henderson, Nevada, I worked for a chief of staff. I was his nurse and I loved it. That kind of spoiled me. I didn't want to go back to the hospitals. But after we were stationed in New Hampshire and we came back home with 4 children and my husband was gone to Desert Storm after having a baby and I had 3 other children at home, I quit working. I'm like, I can't do this. Wilbur's asleep. He had dinner. He eats dinner at 4 and he naps until about 7. And then he's up. He trusts me. He'll be up at 7 being crazy. And I never went back into nursing. I didn't finish up I didn't keep my CEUs up or anything. And I'm okay with that because I like this. Now I'm just going to attach that right there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're in Cali, huh? Oh, yeah, and you can't really leave California, can you? Oh, Helen, yeah. I don't blame her. Oh, bless her heart. 98, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be alone either. So you're just going to, she probably just wants to stay in California, doesn't she? Of course, right now, you don't have much of a choice. And that's our December. And I'm going to take a chipboard that says Merry and Bright. So let's grab our chipboard sheet. And let's find our Merry and Bright because it fell out. Let's see. Uh-oh. Like I said, these, otherwise I would have taken them all out if it wasn't a tutorial. Oh, there it is. Because these do come out so easy. Oh, yeah, you were in Vegas. Henderson, Nevada, though, when I lived there, Pauline, oh, it was not like that at all. It was not like that at all. This is going up here in that spot. Oh, you do go every year. Do you have family there or you just like it, Pauline? Oh, when I lived there, it was all desert. It's nothing like it is now. And I worked at St. Rose de Lima Hospital. Loved it. I worked for a chief of staff. Okay, let's grab one of our holly berries. We're going to use all the holly berries. Glue everywhere. Because, you know what, though? I've always been the type of person, I just want to be like at home. I don't like, after I had 4 kids, I didn't like leaving, going to work. Of course, my husband being active duty. I'm the type, I need to be home where my house and family and dogs. So it was okay to not work in the nursing field anymore because there was times I couldn't come home. Because you can't just leave the floor. And we just went to those 12-hour shifts. That was a long time ago. And 12 hours was too long for me. Okay, on the inside is the word Christmas. Well, hello, TC. Oh, it's, yeah, Sunset Hotel, definitely. So I put Christmas on the inside, just kind of to break up the red there. that's that. Okay, let's do the back page and we're going to do the cover. And I talked about this a little bit in the beginning. So the back is going to be kind of what you want to personalize. For me, the rainbow is a to me, it's just a thing. I've always heard that when you see a rainbow, it's a promise of good things to come. So I really loved the rainbow there, and some journaling cards just to journal at the end of the year, whatever comes about. So from my cut aparts, you're going to have quite a few you can choose from. So I still have, maybe for you, it's the stars, or maybe summer. Maybe you're a teacher, so this album is going to be dedicated to that. Or maybe you just want some flowers. You want to keep it neutral. Again, you can do that and add whatever it is you like. I'm going to change this album. I'm going to put, I do want to use the flowers down here, and you're not even going to have to cut them. They're going to fit perfect. And I think that looks so pretty. Thank you, Pauline. It looks really pretty with this gold color. So that's going to be my spot there. And then I'm going to pick out a journaling card and maybe a photo. You can pick out one of the photos. Maybe you want to have the truck there as a very meaningful. And I loved everything, just kind of fit together so well. Definitely need a journaling spot. And with the cards left over, you'll have quite a few to choose from. Oh, so like there's just a general. The Christmas ones. I think we'll go with that. The other one, I did 2 journaling spots, which I really could do here too. Oh, I like that too. And that's what I did to the back. And we're going to add, I'm going to go ahead and go with the green. I think the blank spots. Yeah, the boxes are great. And a lot of times, I don't like my handwriting, but if you remember in the first and second one I did show, I did a lot of handwriting on the March, because I did want this in my own handwriting. Now, the main thing is that you leave room. So make a mental note here where that's going to go. About 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. I do love the truck, but we need to have the memories there. Now, when you get done, like I said, you're going to have plenty of supplies that you can go through. You can make some cards. But we did good. We used just about everything up. And I can now put everything here together. We're going to need a little bit for the front. Sticker sheet. And I used a lot of the words here. So, different colors. I had used so many possibilities on the other one, but because we got some different colors going on here, life is perfect. And right now, it may not seem like it, but it is the perfect life that we've been dealt. So we have to keep that in mind. And oops, me and that cord. We'll get that up for the next time. This year, I'm going to have the arrow pointing back that way. Sometimes it picks up the other color from that sticker. I'm going to cut that off. Well, they'll definitely keep you organized, Linda. So, arrow points back to our album this year. These are also great to go back and add to your photos after you've put them in your book. So a lot of times, give this to the recipient if you're going to be doing this as a gift, and then this beautiful life. And if you are making this along with me and you're at this point, you got to be pretty proud of yourself because you've made a whole album and you have it basically decorated. And we've picked up some ink. That's what happens with white. So Mr. Snowman here will have something added. So now you're going to be able to go back through after we do the cover here, and you can add to the different pages. Isn't that cute though, how it flips? You can add either the clips that you've seen me use, you can use clothespins, and then decorate it with just a strip of your pattern paper. All you do is cut it so you could decorate each clothespin to match. And you can even tie some cute ribbons from them. Oh, Michelle, no, thank you. But you've got lots of cute space. Now remember, when doing your photos, it's not all about every single photo that you've taken them out. It's about one. It's about that one photo that just really sticks out. So if you're just joining us, like in March, we had a surprise engagement. I didn't know my son was proposing, and it just needs to be one photo. It's the impact of that one photo, and it was the impact of the ship coming into the harbor in New York for March. And then, of course, my soon-to-be new daughter-in-law for the second time, her engagement ring. Again, just write on your cards, use them. And don't worry, nobody is going to judge your handwriting. Or if you want to type them out and print them, you can do that too. But it's about that one major photo that impacts that month. So let's do really quick. We need to do these spine pieces. 3, and we have 4, we have 5. And they're 8 inches long and they're 1/2 inch wide. Just choose what you want to use from your leftovers. Definitely don't want Christmas. Maybe you just want, maybe you want them all to be just plain. Actually, that might look good. On this one, I used the polka dots. But you know, I'm just going to go all gold on this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gussets. They're 1/2 inches each. So I need a 2.5 inch piece of cardstock. I don't want to ruin this all, so I'm just going to cut, in case I make a mistake, a 3 inch piece. Whatever you choose to use. And then I'll cut it down to 7 7/8. Because our pages are 8 inches long. And then we're going to cut 5 pieces that are 3/8 of an inch long. And then you can also do it each one a different color. So we're going to cut 3/8 of an inch. I don't ink these either. I will get ink everywhere. Then you have some left over. that you can use, whoops, in case you make a mistake. So we're just going to open our book. And again, you can choose if you want a different color. I think I'll just go gold on all of those, but it just really gives it a finished look. So these are 3/8 of an inch, and they are 7 7/8 of an inch long. Now this will help off-center the fact that remember my page was crazy. I do like the gold. There's my wonky page. It helps. You can tell right there. Okay. Go gold. Oh, TC, I forgot to tell you. An envelope came today. I have not opened it yet because I had to get back online. Oh, Linda, I drop the glue strips all the time and I get glue everywhere. But with our glitter glue, it'll dry clear. You just wipe it up. So yes, I drop those all the time everywhere. Okay, see how quick that was? Sometimes we're like, oh, do I have to do one more thing? Yes, you do have to do one more thing because it gives it that complete finished look. Okay, let's do our cover. So open your book in half, 3 pages up and 3 down, so we can do the cover and it's nice and flat. Yay! So what I did is I did some piecing, and I started with this blue piece, and it's going to go sideways because this is our best year ever one, and we've already used the other one. And it's going to sit sideways. And then I have some green at the bottom. And I used the green because I had the mix up, remember, with the pink. So it was kind of weird how that happened. But oh, here, I'm going to use this green from our, down here at the bottom. For me, the whole idea was I wanted kind of the sky, and then I wanted the grass. So that, I know that's weird. You know I'm weird, guys. Our album covers 8.5. So I'm just going to cut these 2 pieces at 8 3/8. It's 6.5 by 8.5. Sorry, 6 3/8, not 8 3/8. I couldn't figure out why that wasn't cutting. Now I'll tell you what size mine is, but and you don't have to do you have plenty of leftovers. 6 3/8. Now mine happens to be 6 inches wide. So 6. That means I have 2.5 inches left here. So I'm going to cut this at 2 3/8. Now I do have, I'll show you one of the cards. going to put this mess aside from my cutter. Okay, now for my 4x6 cards. Didn't use any more of those. Basically, you can choose any one that you want that has the open center, because we're going to put the stickers of Best Year Ever there. And the striped one like that. So let me show you. You've got some left over to choose from. You have the floral. That would look really cute with it. And I do not know what happened here. This one has these stripes. And, you know, I didn't start out by telling you, excuse me, to say this, this, or this, because I goofed. But we also have this one. And so basically, we don't want to use a Christmas one. I'm going to go with the floral from June. And I'm just going to cut this card out. And in the back is where I used some of the wavy looking, just to give it more of a busy look. This just was one of those papers that just I felt needed a busy look. So my cut apart, I did cut it to 5 7/8. And I left it at 4. So I'm going to cut that off. So from the back side, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to cut it 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. No, sorry, 4 1/4 by 6 6 3/8. Sorry, that has to go all the way across. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 6 3/8. My cut apart will sit on top. These two are going to go here. My cut apart will go in the center, and then we'll do some decorating. And you know, I can't figure out which one that is. Isn't that weird? I'm confused, but that's okay, because I still like the flowers, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's go ahead and ink everything up. Well, you can use craft, you can use ivory, you can use, see, I used ivory on this one. Craft will work. Oh my goodness, so my glue bottle's going to act up here. I don't know about you guys, but it's been so great to craft a whole project with you for National Scrapbook Day. Having some problems. Get a longer one. I can make an 1/8 of an inch, but Erica, I showed it how you have to cut it from the back side. I can show you when we're done. So if you're starting with like an 11-inch piece of paper, oh my goodness, and you only want an 1/8 of an inch, then I would cut it at 10 7/8. So you have to kind of work in reverse is the problem. You can't really do small cuts otherwise. That's the only thing about Dolly. Yes, it has been great. I mean, I wish we could do this every day, but we have to work, and that's okay too. Remember, don't just slap it down. You got to push that glue around. Well, you're going to be crafting very soon, Linda. And the video, whoa, I forgot I don't have my tip on there. The video stays recorded. So, got to be very gentle. The video stays recorded so you can access it at any time. I need to get some pipe cleaners and clean my glue tip. So if you've ordered the kit, see, that's overlapping. I don't care. I'm going to be covering it up here in a minute. Oh my gosh, we're getting messy. And then you can craft and create this album out of any paper that you want. Oh, I know, Erica. I try not to use my my Biskers, but during a tutorial, I kind of have to. Nope, I'm not putting any closure on this one. See, no closure. It doesn't need it. Even, watch, even if you get this album packed inside, you're still not going to need it. It's this lay flat binding. It lays very nice. You're not going to have that alligator mouth. You've got tons of room in there. Tons of room. Oh, that'd be cool for the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I have to decide here. Let's bring this up. I need a little bit more on the bottom for the word ever. So you might want to, now when you use your sticker sheet, you have to be gentle with this one because there we go. I had some problems earlier. Okay, I just want to make sure it's going to fit. So I'll stick that to the side for a minute. And stick my centerpiece down, but you definitely can add a ribbon, Fauna, if you want. Oh, I know what you're doing. You were making sure I didn't goof because I do that quite often. Yeah, this one doesn't have a closure. And then don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, you can join us on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And it's where I post, and oh my gosh, our designers, I know things have been popping up. They've been posting tons of fabulous items. Tons. Okay, I'm going to put that in the center. Like I said, it's busy, but it looks layered. You're so good to me, Fauna. To make sure I don't make boo-boos. Now, this could also be a tuck spot if you want to stick stuff in there. So many possibilities. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's do some decorating here. So, first thing I'm going to put down, because it's the center, I am using a Nouveau hybrid ink pad, fast drying. I have more coming in to the store, hopefully very soon. Ranger's just been a little slow. I mean, Ranger and Nouveau Nauvoo or Nuvu, however you say that, I never can, have been a little slow. Okay, when you get your best year ever off, remember, you need to be gentle. So I'm gonna put these down first. See, when you have that glue on your fingers, it grabs it, and I hate that. Oh, got to get my tip cleaned right after. Okay, best. Now, if you don't want best year ever, you can just put year and then a date. Oh, that's okay, Linda. No fears. And then my ever is going down here in the green. See, it picks up the ink and everything from my fingers. Now, this is where the banner pieces are going to go across the top here. And one thing I like to do is use our dots with it, of course. So we'll be using some dots, but let's go ahead and take our best year banner off, which is a really nice one because it makes it look like it's already got the string. And let's kind of see where we want this to go. Main thing, I just want that top up there. Oh, Debbie, that would be just adorable. Yes. Again, I'm adding the adhesive because I want this to become permanent. Be gentle if you had to take your tip off. It got the workout today is why my glue did. Okay. There we go. And our enamel dots. So I'm going to put a big one at each end. Still want a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to be very careful because the adhesive, I mean, the art glitter glue makes it permanent. And I'm going to go with a pink and a big pink one and a big green one. And a big green one. And then I put another big one there and another big one right there, and then two small ones. You get a lot of air when you don't use your tip because it fills in that spot. So I'm going to use kind of a teal green. Sorry if I don't see comments. I just looked over. No, oh, another kit package? No, because you can buy them all separate. Come on, there we go. And pink. And then I'm going to put an orange and a yellow on these little spots. Just a little orange one. And a little yellow. Whoops. Okay, now this is where the fun begins. And if you have a kit, and I didn't forget to send them, we've got some more going on. You'll have some foam dots. So this is where I added some of my favorite things. And on the original album, I took the water, another rainbow, and I definitely have the kite. But you know what? I'm going to go with a watermelon on this one because I'm really looking forward to watermelon this summer. And, you know, it can change. our things can change. Yes, the Simple Stories farmhouse is really cute. And I want to put still August. That is one of my favorite months. I'm just going to put a foam dot on this one. Or if you have foam tape in the center, use your art glitter glue on all of it. And of course, the chipboards. I need the kite. If I can find the chipboards. Whoops. This is going on the bottom anyway. The kite. That's one of my favorite things to do, especially in March. And I did cover up one of the banners. Or you can bring it up just a little bit. Okay, and I've got to put the Christmas tree. It's one of my favorites. Again, this is like a collage of your favorite things. I'm going to bring the tree down. Now on this tree, I did use the enamel dots and I put it on all the dots of the tree. So we're going to do that. And of course, fall. Fall is, I am just a total fall person. I think we're going to move this over. Well, we're going to move this over here because the pumpkins have to go on this one. My little ghost friend, he's from your die cuts, and I'm going to put him right about there. And from your chipboards, Thankful, Grateful, and Blessed is going to go right on top of the ghost. That's on the chipboard itself. There's something there. And then I will fill up some spots with, like I put September and August, September, and October. I'm a fall girl. And February. I do like February most of the time. I didn't this year. So personalize the cover however you want it to be for you. And I'm going to add foam dots to this. Oh, is the puppy watching TV? Did I double? No, I didn't. I'm surprised she doesn't sleep more. Wilbur wouldn't watch any of those doggy shows. I don't know why. I got that one too close to the edge. Oh, well, I'm going to open it after. I have to go up and get it. Christmas tree. I did not put this one on foam. I just had this one flat because I used the enamel dots instead. Okay, so let's decide here where our ghost will go. Right there. I am covering up his little jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, Wilbur, when he was a baby, slept a lot too, just like a baby. I'm going to go here at the bottom. The thankful, grateful, and blessed. So we got lots going on here. My fall, I love the Christmas, some different holidays. Now, on here I had September and October, but I've kind of spaced it different. So I don't think I'm going to put those on here. I think there's enough for sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little dot of glue to each one of these tree bulbs. I'm going to try that one again. And what I'm going to do is go through here with the little dots. I'm going to put ornaments on the tree. See, I wish there's no red, but we could use the art glitter glue will dry clear. We could use other dots from other collections, but I thought, well, no, we'll just use these. And I put the green where the red is. Pink where the pink is. Cleaning up our mess. Well, that's why I'm glad we had a break, because I did. And, you know, I keep a shop vacuum right here. And I just reach down after I pick up my big stuff and suck it all up. It's like in the shop vacuum. And let's go with a greenish blue. Oh, my. And how about another yellow? Ooh, that one moved. There, it gives a little dimension to our tree. Now let's do the side. Okay, our spine is 3 inches by 8.5. And I had used the green because on the back, see, then I went with my fall colors, and I just went with green to keep it kind of neutral. So I'm going to cut a green piece that's 3 inches by 8 3/8. Well, thanks for coming by, TC, and tell him hello. Okay, now your 2x2s just came from the leftovers. So I chose from my 2x2 3 that I really liked. And I'm not going to do these on cameras. These are 2x2. So I cut my backing 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. Well, I might. It's only 7. Oh, I didn't realize it was still so early. Never mind. We will do those together. But we'll do those after we do the back side. I didn't realize. I just looked at the calendar because when you said you're going, I thought you meant you're going to bed, TC. I was thinking, wait a minute. It's still light outside. No, 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 no. We still have plenty of time. We're going to finish this 100%. I'm so excited about this. See what we can do in one day when we don't have interruptions and daily life. Because I know families were warned. I'm crafting all day. Oh, you know what, Debbie? I hear you, because I love to sew too. But I really haven't, because I'm afraid if I do start sewing again, then I won't want to do paper. No, I love paper. But Paper is like that instant gratification where sewing is not. Sewing takes you a little while. And this I can manipulate to fit a lot better. Okay, so the back. The back is kind of pieced. I used some fall. So let's see if we have fall colors left. We might not. Where's my 6x8 paper pad? See, I don't have it big enough. Yeah, because we ended up using that one. But we have plaid, so we're good. That's close enough. I'm happy. Plaid or flowers, it both works. But see, I don't have any more of that plaid, but I have the green. But we have the other green too. I could have used that on the front. All is good. We have stars, so we have these 3 pieces left. Pretty good, huh? So the back always ends up a little different. But what I did is I had cut, I pieced it. I'm not going to so much piece it this time. So I'm going to just take this, that is 6 inches, and I'm going to cut it 6 inches. It's already 6. I'm going to go 3 3/8. Oh my Lord. This is 6 inches, so I'm going to cut it 6 3/8. There we go. That's pretty. I like that. So the bottom. Yes, those were Wilbur's. Those were Wilbur's click, click, clicks. And so it, it just depends on which one on the bottom. I do want green. And I am going to put a strip of yellow. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off of this, take it down to 5 1/2. It's just a little too wide. This, let's go 2 inches. And 6 3/8 wide. Yeah, Wilbur's awake. He was sleeping. Told you, and it's 7 o'clock. And oh, here's a strip of gold. I don't even have to really cut. So I want to put the gold inside of there. A ruler would be nice. That's what I thought, a 1/2 inch. You know, this right here is 1 inch and 1/8. So I'm just going to take another 7/8 of an inch off. So that I can screw that up even more. So we need more gold in there anyway. There's just too much green. I'm going to cut my little piece here to 6 3/8. And then I want to cut a piece that is, I need to get rid of this. I love green. I just need to get rid of a little bit of it. 1 5/8. There we go. I like the gold. Kind of breaks that up there. Oh. Oh no. So she got you into another habit. I don't know, Debbie. Is that good or not? See, that's what I did too. When I sew. I had a friend that had got me back into it. And then she got me back into scrapbooking 28 years ago. Well, no, I really never scrapped before 28 years ago. And then it was like, well, life's ruined now because my husband's never going to have extra money with all these crafts. Okay. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. An album in a day. You have done so great. You guys have been troopers. Okay. Sally just messaged and she's saying goodnight. She kind of had a rough day. So Sally did post those questions, and I'll get the drawing done for the $25 gift certificate when I'm done. She just won't be with us. That's okay. Okay, I knew that was off a little bit. So I'm going to trim this little guy. He's of an inch. There we go. I like the spacing of the black. You know what? Sometimes Patricia, I do that. I go looking for one of my design team members' videos or one that I haven't watched, and I just put it on because, especially if it's at night and nobody's awake and I'm the only one crafting, I just want to hear them talking. So it feels like somebody's in the room with me while I'm crafting. I don't make what they're making, but I just want to hear. I want to hear what they're doing. Okay, now for the back, I took a lot of the leftover ephemeras. Again, some of the favorite things that I liked. And we're just going to, layer them down. There's a really cute apple. And then you can go back and see what you want to put in your book. So This Year Ever. You've got a really cute truck. So I'm going to leave that guy out. So Very Thankful was one that I used. I'm just going to take a couple of these out. And I did use this so that I could have a journaling spot on the back. So as we're going through, you've got a lot of cute little things here to use. Whoops. And that's where it'll go really great on cards. Now those are the journaling ephemera. So now we want to just get into here because I want the witch's feet. Oh, wait, the witch's feet. No, it's not a sticker. Oh, wait, there was a bat. I'm sorry. I like Halloween. I want the flowers. There's the witch's feet because I'm going to use those. And I saw a little, see a picnic basket. You've got just a lot of cute little things in here. There's the bat. And then I did use a heart. There's an orange one. We've got a pink one if you want to add a pink one, an orange one, and a blue one. Oh, and then one of my favorite things, which I thought was really cute that they put in here. It's in the other one. It's a pumpkin spice latte. Oh, wait, is it on our sticker sheet? It's on our sticker sheet. This little guy. So see, there's something for everyone. Okay. So just start laying some things down that you want to have here. And I had to have her feet underneath there. Love the flowers. That's probably too big. I'll use one of the stickers like I used before that says "So Grateful." This year, I don't want to find out, Debbie. No, I can't, because I remember when I wasn't super, into things, and I remember being very bored, and I didn't like it. Like on the weekends, hubby would be out doing his thing, and I was bored. And it was finally, and I think I drove him nuts too, because I wanted him to be with me all the time. I want the books. I wanted him to be with me all the time. And now it's kind of, well, it's been this way for years. So it's great, because now it's like I leave him alone. So my husband's very, very grateful. Well, that was Bagel. Okay, once you kind of get the look that you want, and maybe you don't even want to look on the back, you don't want anything, then we're just going to put these down. That was my other Beagle mix. Bagel. Her name is Bagel. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these little feet right onto the card, because it's easier to put it onto the card than try and shove it up the card when you already stuck it down. And using your art glitter glue without the tip is terribly messy. Just warning you. Whoops, I forgot the feet. I'm like you, I have to create something. Let's bring it this way so we're kind of touching that picture. And then I'm going to take the blue out of the little different color. Gosh, I'll get that cord up. So Wednesday, when we're doing our tutorial with Authentique, I won't be hitting that. So grateful. And I'm going to go with this year. Bat for Halloween. So this is just kind of a collage of my favorite things. It's not really the bats and the scary things of Halloween. I just love the fall, and I love the feeling in the air of the kids. And that's kind of when our excitement over the holidays start, and our children start going, crazy those 3 months. If you were a teacher, you understand what I'm saying. October, November, December was the hardest years for our teachers. because the children were just crazy. And let's take this blue heart, kind of blend in our blue colors. And there we have the back of our album. There's our back. There's our front. Totally crazy, I know, and different. And then, like I show you on here, I used 2x2s. And I just cut them from my leftover sheets of words that I liked. Like maybe here's a donut. So it can be the things that you like. And the matting is 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then they are popped up on foam dots. But you know what? I want to do something different because I'd like to have that there for a year. And I love this truck. I just love the truck. So I need to get the truck in there. And another thing I really love is this little vase that we didn't use. So this is kind of all about you. And so you need to make it how you want it. Again, if you want, these are 2x2s cut from the 12x12s and the 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And I just staggered them on the spine. But this time I'm going to go this route. I'm going to use this so I can put, and it can actually, you can go this way. So I can put the year. I can cut out little letters from my maker, and I'll probably cut them in black. And I'm not sure if this one will have 2020 or 2021, or if it'll be a gift. It'll definitely have 2021. Or maybe I want to do it again for next year. Okay, so I'll go there. Okay, glue smeared around. And for the top is a chipboard. So with what you have left over, just personalize. Make it yours. Okay, everybody, we are done. See, when you close it, that's pretty cute. Then I'll have either 20 or I don't know yet which year. There's your cover. There it is in black and in ivory. So kind of gives it just a little different look, but not a lot. And we're done. We have completed this whole album. Now, you're going to have little strips of paper. You're going to be able to go back. Now, you have enough to match the inside of these spaces. So just go through what you have left, because we had, you ready for this? We had 3 6x8s left over. Maybe you want another one in there, but you do have, you have plenty to do your matting. And I don't know about you guys, but I am just pretty amazed that we have done a whole complete album in one day. But see, it can be done, especially on National Scrapbooking Day. How fun was this? I had a lot of fun doing this with you guys, and I cannot wait to see your finished album. So be sure to share it with us on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And I'm going to go back right now. I've got a couple of drawings for, first of all, if you had received a sparkle egg, I did a drawing this morning, and it was for 017241. And if you had your ticket still, check your tickets for 017241. You're the winner of a budget planner from the Clever Fox. It was donated to our National Scrapbooking Day. And I'm going to go for 2 $25 gift certificates. One's to Sally's Game, and one was to post a selfie in your scrap room. So you need to go post your selfie. And here's I love the red. So every page is different. Every page is going to be unique, and it's going to be the story that you tell of your life, and for the year or the gift that you give to someone else. Maybe like one of you said to your daughter. Oh, thank you, Lori. And if you're a beginner, this is a great beginner project because it's going to get you hooked. Once you start this, I'm telling you, it's just amazing that we took everything from this mess at my desk and we turned it into this. It always amazes me when I finish a project what we've accomplished. So I just want to say happy National Scrapbook Day to everybody. It's been a wonderful day. It's been a smooth day. It's been so relaxing and awesome. And I can't wait to go pick our winners out. So give me about 40 minutes. It'll take me a little bit of time to get everybody up into random name picker. If you're on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, that'll give you time to also post a selfie of yourself in your scrap room. And thank you again. And oh, let me show you something really quick. Wednesday, Authentique. We're going to be creating this, and I'll be live here on Facebook, YouTube, but this is for the Authentique Paper Company, and this is their birthday hooray collection. Isn't it just adorable? Best birthday ever. And this is going to be for our May birthdays. So what my plans are, I'm going to make one for each of our birthday months. And then when you open it, it's like a little purse. It says happy birthday. Look at these graphics. And it's just going to open. It'll open up for you. And then you'll be able to pull a tag out of each one. That's 3.5. I can't remember the dimensions. It's 5 3/4. And this will hold 28, like 28. What is 7 times 4? 28. Yeah, 28 pictures. Or you can journal. But we're making this Wednesday, and it'll be live here. Aren't the graphics adorable? And this is the Authentique Hooray collection. And you can also pick this up at countrycraftcreations.com. It's so cute. See how this folds back into itself? And look at this one. This is a pocket. So we have the little tuck pocket for your journal cards. Now, they have the children's and they have the adults in the collection. So you get to, it's such a great line. You can use it for so many different things. And that is what we're creating live Wednesday. So I'll see you back here again. See, we've got lots more creating to do. No, yeah, Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Like right now, it's going on 7:30 where I'm at. So if that helps you guys. But we will be creating this on Wednesday morning. Cute, huh? I'm really excited to have this one, and it's a great gift. Okay, well, I'm going to go clean up, get back to the board, and I will be drawing out some winners. So happy National Scrapbook Day again, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. Bye-bye.